In this video, we will talk about nutrients beyond absorption and in particular about our fat. Phospholipids are among the most important lipids and are made up of a glycerol attached to a phosphate group and two fatty acids that can be saturated or unsaturated. Glycerol is a part of the phospholipid that loves water, while fatty acids hate water and therefore repel it. For this reason, when phospholipids are in an aqueous solution, they naturally form spherical structures in which glycerol is located on the outside, in contact with water, and fatty acids on the inside, away from water. Between these phospholipids are intercalated cholesterol and proteins. Furthermore, inside these spherical structures, which are called lipoproteins, accumulate different lipids, including cholesterol. Lipoproteins allow the transport of lipids throughout the body. The three major types of lipoproteins are the VLDL, or very low-density lipoproteins, that are the largest and contain few proteins, LDL, or low-density lipoproteins, which are somewhat smaller and contain more protein, and the HDL, or high-density lipoproteins, that are even smaller and contain a higher proportion of proteins. Very low-density lipoproteins are those formed in the liver with fatty acids, glycerol, and cholesterol from the diet. These lipoproteins are the ones that go out into the blood circulation and carry the lipids to the adipose tissue for storage and the fatty acids to tissues and organs that use them as the main source of energy, such as the heart. Low-density lipoproteins are generated from very low-density lipoproteins when they recirculate through the liver and are loaded there with cholesterol. Low-density lipoproteins loaded with cholesterol travel to organs and tissues through the circulatory system, releasing cholesterol in blood vessels, organs, and tissues, which is harmful to the body. For this reason, these low-density lipoproteins are popularly known as bad cholesterol. Finally, there are the high-density lipoproteins that are formed in the liver as empty high-density lipoproteins and go out into the bloodstream where they travel to tissues and organs and collect cholesterol from blood vessels, organs, and tissues. Once they are filled with cholesterol, they return to the liver as full high-density lipoproteins, and in the liver, they release cholesterol that is eliminated through bile. Once empty, these lipoproteins re-enter the bloodstream. Being able to collect excess cholesterol, these lipoproteins are beneficial for the body and therefore are popularly known as good cholesterol. Cells in low-density lipoproteins, or bad cholesterol, circulate through the blood vessels. If for some reason, for example an unhealthy diet, the amount of these lipoproteins is increased, these may begin to adhere to the walls of the blood vessels. If the amount of these lipoproteins continues to increase, they can continue to adhere, and by releasing the cholesterol they carry, they can block the blood vessel and impede blood circulation. This blockage is generally known as atherosclerosis, and when it occurs in the arteries, it is known as arteriosclerosis. If the blockage occurs in vessels of the heart, we can have a heart attack, a stroke if it occurs in the brain, and a thrombus if it occurs in a vein of the leg. High-density lipoproteins, or good cholesterol, might reverse this situation. These empty lipoproteins that leave the liver can attach to cholesterol that blocks the blood vessel and absorb it, becoming full high-density lipoproteins. If the amount of empty high-density lipoproteins is high, for example thanks to a healthy diet, these can attach to all the cholesterol that blocks the vessel and absorb it. High-density lipoproteins, once filled, return to the liver, where they release cholesterol that is eliminated through the bile and are therefore able to unblock the blood vessel. Saturated long-chain fatty acids abundant in foods such as coconut, whole milk, fatty meat, or pastries, as well as trans fatty acids, increase low-density lipoproteins, or bad cholesterol, and decrease high-density or good cholesterol. Polyunsaturated fatty acids such as those present in sunflower oil, walnuts, or oily fish seem to decrease low-density lipoproteins, but also high-density ones. Monounsaturated fatty acids such as oleic acid seem to decrease low-density lipoproteins without affecting high-density ones, so these fatty acids are the most recommended. An excessive fat can be harmful. Fat induces the production of a hormone called leptin that controls intake by reducing appetite. The presence of fat indicates that we have energy reserves and have no need to eat, so fat induces leptin production. If there is an excess of fat, a lot of leptin is produced and therefore leptin resistance develops. That is, leptin is no longer able to reduce appetite and obesity develops. Fat also induces the production of pro-inflammatory mediators such as cytokines, so an excess of fat can induce inflammation.